Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a Paragon guide. I am Sylphin, and in this video we are taking a beginner's look at the starter deck's skills and abilities of Feng Mao. So simply start up your game with the select a deck screen. We are going with a starter deck fighter attack speed. It is simply more appropriate for Feng Mao than the assassin starter deck. So we have to take a look here. Do we have another jungler? Now, in this team composition, when there is a Feng Mao and a Rampage, Rampage is much more suited to be a tank, so we are going to fulfill the jungler role. With that said, we need a health, a harvester, and a scout's ward, just like that. You're probably asking, what does a jungler do? Well, a jungler simply takes care of the jungles. So in each jungle on other side of the map, you'll find a harvester, a special camp, either blue or red, and 2 white camps. Those white camps and the blue and red camps are there for you to destroy so that you can get more powerful. The harvesters, what they do is they harvest the map for card power that you then can collect at a later date. You have to plant a harvester on them first in order to collect that power. So the first harvesters here actually start up at 3 minutes, so we need to make sure that we plant our harvesters at 3 minutes. The very first ability that we are going to go for here, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be our Q. It is our teleport that deals a little bit of extra damage, but here in the jungle, it's actually really not going to do very much. But what it is for one of the most important parts of a jungler. A jungler needs to be able to rotate into a lane to gank down an enemy hero that is low health. So right now I'm very close to this left lane. What I can do is come in and help destroy one of those heroes. I really need to make sure that I do a good job of that, or else it is simply a waste of time. That Q is going to enable us to do that much better, and also just help us stick to the enemy heroes to secure that kill. So it looks like this Grux and Gadget are pressuring this lane quite a bit, and the next ability we're going to go for is Hamstring. It's going to do some damage and also slow the enemy down. So I'm going to come right in here. I'm going to start pressuring this Grux. Doesn't look like the Sparrow, though, is helping me at all. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, that is not what you want to do. You want to make sure that you secure the kill, because this was just a waste of time. It works okay. We're just going to go back here and get our first harvester. So we're going to come right up here. You can see if you stand on this pad, you're going to be placing the harvester, and then it will start building. After a short period of time, it will be built, and then you will be able to harvest from it. So as you saw, we went back to base and to get another harvester key. This basic harvester key only has one charge that enables you to put down the harvester very quickly. We went back for some health and for the harvester key as well. So the last ability that we're going to go for here is his right click, called Conversion Shield, and it basically just gives you a 75-point shield for 2 seconds. Very good ability, obviously, to help mitigate some damage in a team fight. So we are really going to have to try to pay attention here. That Gideon is already being taken down by the two members of the team there. And it looks like mid lane, the Rampage is trying to escape, but he can't. So that was a situation where I could have certainly gone in and helped instead of getting that camp. Let's see if we can make something work. I'm going to upgrade our Hamstring just for that slow. That's very important. So where did that Murdoch go? There he is. Let's see if we can clean him up. We're going to slow him down a little bit. Oh yeah, I'm going to use my shield here to mitigate just a little bit of that damage here. Use my Q and take him. A very important thing that you be aware of is the Q has something special in it. 700 unit teleport does 74, that does 40 physical damage. But the next sweep, your next basic attack, actually deals 10% more damage. So your Q empowers your basic attack. So if you are able to use your Q right onto the enemy hero and then use your basic attack, you will be very, very well off in dealing some good amount of damage. I'm going to help out my steel here. I'm going to use my shield here. Good job taking down that steel. I'm whittling down this Grux, and there we have it. So nice two-person kill here. I wasn't going to go back too soon there without knowing how this rampage would do. Exactly what you want, exactly how to get an advantage here in the early game. 6 card points, we are going to go and get our first big cards. Now, there are more harvesters on the map, and we need many keys to get them. There's 3 more that are going to be readily available here. We need more keys, so we're going to go for this Brawler's Key. We're going to upgrade our Harvester Key and do just that. This is going to give us some more mana and, more importantly, some physical damage so that we can get more last hits and be more effective when we do gank here. So here's an example here, coming in from the side. Going to slow down this Grux, make sure that I can try to body block him as much as I can, get in his way, deal as much damage as possible, I'm going to have to use my shield, but I'm going to have to use my ultimate here that it didn't explain. A great push away by the Murdoch there, able to save his Grux. So I got the ultimate and I didn't explain it. It's called Earth Shatter. Deals 331 damage in a line, and it grants Feng Mao a 100 unit shield. So that shield certainly can be helpful there while you are stationary using the ultimate. He kind of jumps up in the air and swings his halberd down on the ground to deal some good damage. Now, one thing you need to keep in mind is that these tier 2 harvesters here in the middle of the map spawn at 9 minutes. With the Scout's Ward that you get, it's very important for you to ward off the lanes as you are running around the map. Now, the Scout's Ward does not go invisible when you plant it, so you have to plant it on these pads here. So I'd like to put it right there so that it goes invisible, so the enemy team can't destroy it. We have to keep a good eye on our minimap here as we are rotating around, trying to deal some damage. As you can see, I'm able to get this far left lane harvester and go back for some health. Now we have 3 card power, and we're going to finish off this Brawler's Ward for some very nice amount of damage. This is really going to help us when we do the very important ganking here in the early game. So, ladies and gentlemen, here is an example of coming up from behind, trying to gank an overextended enemy hero. I use my E here to slow him down, but he has no chance as we totally annihilate him. So that is a good example here of how you can use your mobility, use the wards that you place up here in the jungle to really get an advantage over the enemy team. Trying to rotate around, trying to do that ganks here, but not on a 2v1, not on that steel and you. So as you can see across the map, we actually have 3 harvesters there in the middle of the map. That is as much harvesters that we can really safely get now. So now we are just going around killing these white camps, looking for a good ganking opportunity to try to create an advantage for us. As for skill upgrade priority, I would say that your E is very important along with your Q. So our E here is going to be very powerful in slowing down the enemy. As you can see, it lasts for a very long time, able to completely destroy that Grux. It looks like my fellow teammates were not following me, so I'm going to have to be very careful here. I don't think I will be able to finish off that Gideon. So coming in from behind, making sure that you have a good gank on the enemy team is exactly what you want to do. 7 card power, ladies and gentlemen. I recently got the Brawler's Ward that gives you upgraded Shadow Wards as opposed to your Scout's Ward. These wards go invisible and is something that you want to give vision for your friendly team. So we got that fully. We'll be able to fully upgrade this Brawler's Ward with a Major Strike mana and Strike for some very important damage here in the early game. Now these Scouts Ward are Shadow Wards are very, very important because they simply give your team vision and are able to really save lives and create very powerful advantages. When you gank an enemy hero that's overextended down a lane, make sure that you use that advantage and push back the enemy towers. As you can see, we got this right tower here and definitely able to get that quite freely with the enemy team out of position. At this point, ladies and gentlemen, you are simply maintaining these harvesters, trying to get good ganks here on the enemy team, and moving through the jungle and trying to just manage them. Make sure that your harvesters aren't too full. Make sure that your white camps aren't too aren't leveled up too much, and trying to keep the good balance to the match. 6 card power, ladies and gentlemen, simply just from rotating around the jungles, getting camps, trying to get kills. The next card is really going to increase our damage substantially, our damage output substantially, because attack speed is going to scale very well with Feng Mao. He has a fairly slow attack speed, so getting this attack speed is going to really, really increase his damage output significantly. So here we can see we are going in on this gadget. I'm going to use my right click to give us a bit of a shield. She's doing a lot of damage as her ultimate did a very good job here. As you can see, right at the last minute, maneuvering to make sure that our ultimate hits. The ultimate is surprisingly difficult to hit simply because it is so maneuverable and the enemy is usually moving. You have to have a really good eye on exactly how you place that ability. I'm definitely seeing that your E is very powerful in slowing down the enemy, and your right click is very powerful as you are fairly squishy. So upgrading your E and your right click is certainly very powerful in making you a good gank hero, as you can just stay there a little bit longer to secure a kill here. Right here, I should be able to just last a little bit here, trying to not... There we go. So using our E to slow him down, using our right click to just stay in the fight a little bit more, using our Q as a nice little nuke of damage on that Grux, and kind of using that combination to its full effect. When you are warding off these outside lanes, make sure to put them right up inside, right in between those two openings. Try to put it a little bit more to the enemy side so that you can see them coming a little bit farther. So this Gideon, when you're facing a hero like this Gideon, I'm going to use my ultimate here, try to keep, but I'm going to actually save our Q here for when he uses his escape ability. Saving your Q for when you know that the enemy is going to try to hard disengage is really going to help you secure those kills. As you saw there, I knew that he had his teleport. He was going to teleport away. I saved my Q for that exact moment. 4 card power, ladies and gentlemen, here. Going to be able to get a major strike and get a little bit more damage here on the Wind Carver Blade. Here is this Gideon. The steel's coming in. Try to slow him down. use my Q. I know that he still has his teleport, but I wanted to see if I could kill him before he used it. Didn't know if he had it off cooldown or not, so had to go in there and take that damage. Feng Mao is fairly squishy, but you just simply need to use your right click, use that shield when you have a good sense that the damage is coming. So here's this Gideon forcing me to use my Q, and now he's just going to simply get away like a good Gideon can. So not doing a very good job, ladies and gentlemen, on using my right click, using my shield. Use it often. 240 point shield is very strong here. Use my ultimate as I try to get away here from these heroes. So with 2 card power, I was able to upgrade this Wind Carver blade fully. With 5 more card power, able to go into the next part of what makes Feng Mao very strong is this grid. I'm going to go ahead, put that in the passive slot, and upgrade this wound. Now that it is the late mid-game, early late game, you're definitely going to be able to use the power advantage that you have over the enemy team in these team fights. So simply using your advantage, the power and damage advantage that you have over the enemy team here in these fights is going to be very, very big. Trying not to engage a little too much here, as we are not that tanky. So as you can see, able to put a lot of pressure here on this tower, able to come in here and be a part of that kill. We can certainly maybe stay around here, but I think this Gideon is going to sound my retreat. Don't think I can take up this tower too effectively. 6 card power from that engagement there, able to fully upgrade this Spear of the Rift Runner. 27% crit chance now that we are attacking faster, and we're going to attack even more quickly. It's going to be very, very powerful, that little bit of crit chance. Like I said earlier, there are special camps in the jungles that do special things. So this red camp, for instance, is definitely by far the most powerful camp for Feng Mao. What it does, when you kill that last big minion, you get a buff. It gives you bonus damage and increased movement speed on hit. So when you actually hit the enemy, you gain bonus movement speed, and of course you deal extra damage. That is very, very strong for allowing Feng Mao to stick to his enemies like glue. So something you can do, ladies and gentlemen, is be very, very aggressive and go right up into the enemy harvesters and destroy them. So I've warded off this harvester here to stay safe, so that I have some warning as to if the enemy is coming. What this does is it really severely reduces their global card power that they can get, and is very annoying for them to keep having to replace those harvesters when you come by and destroy them. If you feel safe in doing that, and you have a ward to keep yourself safe, that is definitely something that it can certainly be powerful. So, ladies and gentlemen, 10 card power from getting a monstrous push there in the middle lane, taking down their inhibitor already, and able to take out that enemy harvester as well. 10 card power, we're going to be able to get our next Wind Carver blade and fully upgrade this card. All of this attack speed is going to make us attack like an absolute monster, and it's really going to make us super powerful in either solo 1v1s or coming in from the flank in these team fights and changing the tide of these battles. Look at how fast we attack now, ladies and gentlemen. This is why attack speed works so well for slow basic attack speed heroes. increasing that attack speed makes you just completely monstrous. Let's see exactly how much damage we can do here to this gadget. I don't want to walk into her ultimate, and it is very hurtful, so let's see what we can do here. And a baseball hit right there. Baseball slam. Slam dunk on that gadget. Let's go back, spend these 6 card power. We're almost done this build. After that wind covered blade, we need some health. Here at the end game, rangers and other carries are going to be really starting to kick up the notch with their damage. This Amulet of the Veteran will be very crucial to our build. Now, I could remove this health potion, but I could also remove this Brawler's Key. Now, we don't really need them. We have that one on the left-hand side of the enemy base, and I could just leave that right Harvester alone. So I'm going to do exactly that. I'm going to get rid of our Brawler's Key and instead place it with this Amulet of the Veteran. Now what we can do is actually go and finish this build. We can take this Adamant's Edge here, replace it with this health potion, get that 100 health that we really, really need, and upgrade it here with the 2 strike. Why didn't we go for the Blade of Agora? Simply because that 100 extra health is going to be very good here to just give us that little bit of an edge before we totally dominate the enemy team. 3 more card power, the most card power we can have here in this game, and the build is done. I actually had a bit of a hiccup, ladies and gentlemen, a little bit of a brain fart. We actually want the Blade of Agora, not the Adamant's Edge. I've always assumed that the Adamant's Edge would have health upgrades on it, seeing as it has 100 health as a primary stat, but it does not. My apologies there. So why do we want the Blade of Agora instead? Simply because this 50% crit bonus is going to be much more useful than 100 health. 100 health simply isn't that much at all. With 7 card points, fully able to upgrade this Blade of Agora, and now we are going to be the surgical knife that our team needs us to be. Coming in from the side, coming in, changing the dynamic of the team fight, eliminating a low health or just simply a high priority target is going to be our goal. So let's see here exactly what we can do for this gadget here. Look at all this damage we're able to just deal right off the bat. Very, very strong. You can get the Hoff on the enemy, you get that ultimate off, then you can be very, very successful with Feng Mao. The very strong combo is coming in from the sides, just opening up with basic attacks. Once they see you, pop your shield, use your Q blank range to get that instantaneous damage that the Q gives, plus it at this level gains 55% extra damage to your next basic attack. You hit them with that attack, and then you finish it off with an E, and to slow them down, making it easier to hit them with your ultimate. And by that time, ladies and gentlemen, they should be completely destroyed. It's very, very strong. He's a very strong initiator that can make a lot happen in these matches. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's see what we can do with this Murdoch. We're 500 health. I don't think we can do very much, but look at this! Wow! 500 health, able to nuke down that Murdoch at full health, right just that. Landing our ultimate, using our shield to give us that little bit of a buffer, our Q point blank range to give us that increased, the damage from the ability, but also that increased damage in our basic attack. Hit them with that, hit them with the E, very, very strong. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, coming in from behind, taking out this Murdoch here. Alright, gonna try to use our nuke here. But there is the combo, all of that damage, able to finish him off. You don't necessarily want to give away your combination too early. you know, your Q, your E a little bit too early. You want to keep it and try to use that slow when the enemy is trying to get away. So here's this Grux trying to go after a rampage. Let's use our E to slow him down. Let's use the nuke. I don't think we can do it, and I should have saved the right click for the gadget's ability, but looks like we should be able maybe to get away. Yes, we can. The enemy has no chance now. Three of the enemy team trying to defend. I bet they'll be able to do it. There is the victory, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very strong. I'm always surprised at just how strong these starter builds are. They're really nothing to, you know, you really shouldn't underestimate them. They are certainly quite powerful. So there you guys have it. Started off with the Brawler's Ward and the Brawler's Key, and upgraded those for that fully upgraded bonus. That early game damage, very, very powerful to help you get that early game advantage. Went next into the Wind Cover Blade with a two-point kinetic upgrades, because you want the most attack speed as possible. Very, very strong. That really amplifies the damage immensely. Next, the Spear of the Rift Runner for that crit chance. The Wind Cover Blade for more of the good stuff. Amulet of the Venom for that very important 800 health. Blade of Agora to skyrocket our health. And there you have it. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Quite a complicated character. He is fairly difficult to play. He takes some time to get used to using his shield at the right time to really kind of give you some surprising amount of sustain when used properly. Your Q to either really hard disengage or engage, using it as a very strong nuke. They deal the damage from your Q, and then you empower your basic attack, using your E to slow them down, not saving it for when you really need it the most, and that ultimate to absolutely do monstrous amounts of damage. There's Feng Mao, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you found this beginner's guide for Feng Mao useful. If you liked the video, like it. If you dislike it, dislike it. Please leave a comment why you disliked it. Please share it with the community, and of course subscribe. If you found this useful or simply enjoyed the video, then subscribe. I want to be able to do it again in the future. Until next time, like always, take care.